My name is Kesawa Geoffrey and we are looking at spreadsheets, and particularly today we are dealing with Microsoft Excel. What you're looking at on your screen is called a Microsoft Excel window. This window has different parts. It has this part which is the menu bar. You can see it up here. It has file, it has home, insert, draw and page layout and so on. Each time you click on the item on the tab of the menu here, like for example insert, you'll see the tools we shall be using. Now up here you can see that you have different they're called quick buttons for quick actions. For example, you can save, you can undo, you can redo, you can paste. There are even tools that you can add on the quick access bar. This one is called a quick access bar. So you can come to my PC when it has these tools and you go to another laptop when it doesn't have the tools. It means the other person has not added those tools to the quick access toolbar. You can just click this arrow which points down, and then there are other tools that will appear. Each time you click on the tool, it will be added to the quick access toolbar. We add the tools which we frequently use and we want to access them as fast as possible. For example, every time we are keeping on saving, so we add the tool for saving just up there. Now my focus is again here. Have you seen FX? If you are seeing FX, please just type yes in the comment section. FX stands for function. So we are going to be handling calculations, and to make a calculation we use what we call a function. The other concept that we are going to use so much will be formula. Now a formula and a function are very similar, extremely similar. The only difference is a function is a method of calculation. It is a formula that is inbuilt. So for that one we just find it in the computer and we simply use it. We are going to find functions like the rank, like the sum, like the average. You just simply call for it and it works. So we have the FX for function, and so that's where we type our functions. What is open is called Workbook, and so up here you'll see book 1. Down here you'll see sheet 1. When you get a book has different sheets inside. So we have this workbook and then we have sheets down here. Now you can put your content on different sheets. You can even add so many sheets by using this plus. There is a plus here. We are introducing ourselves to Microsoft Excel. Don't forget to like. If you have not yet followed, please follow for free tech tutorials. We have these. I hope you're seeing A, B, C, D, E and so on. Please, if I mention something and you're not seeing it, you just tell us in the comments that you're not seeing it, so that we can try to see that you find it. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on. Those are called columns. In fact, you see that when I click in the letter, the whole column is highlighted. So those ones are called columns. Columns are labeled using A, B, C, D, and so on. Okay? Then, on the side here, the horizontal side, we can see there is a 1, there is a 2, there is a 3, there is a 4, there is a 5, and so on. Those ones which are labeled with numbers are called rows. Allow me just be typing here. We have rows. Those are the ones which are moving across. And then we have columns. Columns are the ones which are moving downwards like this. Then there is this point. And these are the few things that you need to understand in Excel, and Excel will be very easy for you. Do you see this point where my pointer is? When I click on it, it shows me that it has highlighted E and then it has highlighted 11. These boxes are called cells. Now, each box has an address. For example, this box here, its address is, it is in column E and in row 11. So at that point where the column here is meeting with the row, that point is the one which you are calling a cell. And when you click on it, you'll see it highlighted. So this cell here where I have clicked is called E11. Now when I click here, you can see that the column which is highlighted is now G, and then the row which is highlighted is 14. That means that that cell is called G14. So that's what we call cell addressing or cell referencing. Once you understand how to reference cells, life becomes very easy in Excel. Because if you can be able to address cells correctly, then even formulas will be very easy for you. Alright, now a simple task, and you're going to just drop it in the comments. You're going to drop this in the comments. Okay, which cell have I clicked in? Just type it in the comment there. We reference a cell by stating the column where it is found and the row. We use spreadsheets to perform calculations. For example, we do statistical data analysis using spreadsheets. We do budgets using spreadsheets. You can do a personal budget. You can even do an institutional budget. Please, that's what we are doing now, and we are going to see how to perform calculations using Microsoft Excel. We enter data into a cell. Cell is spelled like this. It is C-E-L-L. Cell. So this is cell C6, okay? Cell C6, yes. So we enter data into a cell. Now to enter data, you click where you want to enter it. For example, if I want to enter here, I want to enter data there. Which data do I want to enter? ICT Max. So we have the name of the student. We have, maybe they did an exam which was called BOT, and maybe it was out of 100. And then they also did another exam called MOT, to stand for mid of term, out of 100. And then they also did end of term, which was also out of 100. And then they also did, now the final is what they are going with, and the final is out of 100. You see how I'm typing? Just click. You click where you want, but you notice that I didn't keep on clicking. I was actually using the tab key. I was using the tab key to move across. When you click here and you enter whatever you want, and then tap the tab key, you notice that it selects the next cell. Like that. Okay. Let's see, this is Florence, BOT 87, MOT 92, EOT, let's say EOT 68. Okay, now the final, that one we shall be seeing later on how to use calculations. How to use formulas and functions. That is when we shall be populating the final. Kasawa, BOT 55, MOT 78, and then EOT 80. So you see, that's how we enter data. You click where you want to enter the data, and then you type. Just click and then you type. Click, then type. Let's say George. Then you click on the next one. But if it is just horizontal like that, just use the tab key. It's quicker than using the mouse to click. George is maybe 79 here, and then the next one is maybe 85, and then 65. All right, let's stop there. Now you can be able to enter some text. Drop your questions in the comment. I want to look at just one concept. Don't miss tomorrow. We shall be looking at how to perform some calculations. For example, how we can compute, how we can calculate that final. You see that we have one sheet. It is called sheet 1. We can rename it. For example, I may want this to be results, and then the other sheet should be about attendance. If you've not yet liked, please do. And if you have not yet followed, please follow for free tech tutorials like this. So you just right click on where it says sheet 1, point there, and then you right click. Okay, it will give you different options. So you can insert another sheet, you can delete that current sheet, you can rename it. I want it to hold results, so I'll call it results. If you want to add another sheet, you will click this plus here. You see, now it has added sheet 2. Once you click the plus, it adds another sheet. Let's rename this sheet to be computer science. Let's say BSc, Bachelor of Science, attendance. So that means that this sheet will be for attendance, but it is the same workbook. You should make sure that you save. So we say file. When you click on file, you have save as, because you're saving for the first time. So you'll click save as. You can save to your OneDrive. Now, saving to OneDrive has its own advantages, its own benefits. First of all, OneDrive is online. It means you can access your document from wherever you are. Even if I forget this laptop here, I can access that document using my smartphone. Or if I don't have, maybe my smartphone has gone off, I'll branch off to the internet cafe, and I'll be able to access this document. If I want to print it, I print. So that is the benefit of saving in OneDrive. Thank you for liking the show, and please, if you have not yet followed, kindly follow for free tech tutorials like this, and also share with friends. Okay, so for now, let me save on desktop. So click desktop. Here is file name, so I click file name, and then I click there, and maybe it is BSc records. Let me call it that, BSc records. Now, save as type, you can maintain it as an Excel workbook and then click save. Yes, so you will see the name of the file is now here. It is now no longer called book 1, but it's called BSc records. Wow, that's wonderful. So you've been able to save the workbook on the desktop. If there is any questions so far from this part where I started, renaming worksheets, adding a new worksheet, deleting worksheets, let's do some coloring and we see. Have you seen tab color? You can change the tab color. Okay, yes, you see now that it is red. You can change this also, the tab color. Maybe let's put it at blue. So you see it is now blue. So we can change tab colors. It makes your work more interactive with your user or with the person who is using it, and it makes it more professional. So you can change the tab colors as well. Okay, if you've not yet followed, please follow the live so that you'll never miss out. Tomorrow we shall be introducing ourselves to formulas before we do calculation. Before we do functions. So we shall use calculation. We shall use formulas to calculate tomorrow. So don't miss it.